Describing the meaning of Indianness is fraught with several difficulties. If one is looking for a specific set of socio-economic or political characteristics which will alienate or differentiate this individual entity from the rest of the world, earnest effort needs to be taken. But what if you could write a novel which captures each and everything Indian, especially the flaws of Indianness, which captures it under the veil of humor? Well, if you can do that, you get a masterpiece. Hi, this is Gautam. Welcome to the fourth episode of Kerala Booklist. For this episode, we will be looking at The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy, which won the Booker Prize for the year 1997. If you're interested in books set in Kerala or books from Kerala, do look at the description for the playlist. Arundhati Roy's The God of Small Things, though it starts in 1990s, it is mostly about what happens in few days in the year 1969. It's about a series of events which happen in the life of dizygotic twins, Rahel and Esther. Rahel and Esther return back to their hometown in Kerala after several years. Children of separated parents, they've had their fair share of turmoil in their lives. When they were young, Esther was sent to his father who works in Bengal, whereas Rahel is supposed to stay with her mother. And after her mother's death, Rahel moved across several schools. She tries to pursue architecture in Delhi, then marries, divorces a man from New York, and then returns back to Kerala again. Though centered around the twins, the story is essentially a study of fracture, which was dealt with in another novel, The Ministry of Utmost Happiness. The difference is, in this novel, the writing seems more native and grounded, and the icicles which pierce the reader are concealed, and when it penetrates, it makes for very sad reading. Now, in this novel, the family is the fundamental unit of the nation. So, to explore the concept of fracture, Arundhati Roy creates hypocritical characters who hide behind masks where they fail to acknowledge the flaws within themselves. And this is seen in each and every character, starting from the grandmother to the grandfather to the maternal uncle. The characters in the twins family reeks of paradoxes and metaphors for hypocrisies. Like, for example, you take the grandmother. The grandmother ran a jam and a pickle factory. Well, though she's sweet, she's also conservative. So the old traditional family values are still there in this new bottle. For example, the grandfather, he was a very successful entomologist, but he narrowly missed, an opportunity where a moth should have gotten named after him, but it didn't. It kind of went on to the present, or the person who actually came after him. Well, even though he's a successful academician, he's a domestic abuser who frequently vented his anger with his wife. So again, the metaphor of moth, an insect which lives in darkness. Their maternal uncle Chaco is the epitome of all hypocrisy. He is one of these English-educated Anglophiles who studies in London, a very good intellectual who has absolutely no connection with ground reality. He's such an irresponsible man who never tries to get employed even after marriage, and that costs him his marriage. He lives a perfect bourgeois life, has a patriarchal attitude towards his sister, but he considers himself to be a hardcore communist. It is not just these characters which are associated with the family, which each and every second or third person who we meet, shows that flaws, and the characters which we tend to associate or kind of differentiates what exactly is Indianness. The author pens about how child abuse can actually cripple an individual's perception about life in general, and it kind of modifies how the individual behaves even after he becomes an old man. He's unable to forget the events which kind of hampers his psychology. And no matter how educated a family becomes, a parent will always remain a parent, where they go to other parents and boast about their products, that is technically their children. And most importantly, it doesn't matter whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, and if you're in India, caste system will always have an important role to play. And the most important thing is, if you are in a modern household, once you bring about the subject of love, all those modern facets shatter, and the actual medieval patriarchal structure reinforces itself again. read and reread the story to live Indianness, and the irony is the story is set in God's own country. That's it for the review. If you like the review, do like, comment, and subscribe. Meet you with the next book review sooner.